I'm ready.
Welcome back to look. I ain't even finna do that. Listen, before 2010, would Bam Adebayo had even been a factor in the NBA?
Facts, bro.
But how? Name. Okay. You start. You can start wherever you want to start, and I'm gonna pick up and follow.
I give you the points the first 2 years where he wasn't a starter. You
can give me 1 year, his whole career. I don't care. However you want to start.
Okay, shit. So I apologize for a career. Bam averages 10.8 points because the first 2 years he came off the bench. 6.9, 8.9. Last year 15.9. This year it's 19.2, but we're at the beginning of the season.
Okay.
All right. So assists for a career 3, but last year he averaged 5.1. This year 4.3. 10 rebounds last year. He's averaging 8 this year, so it's 7.7 for a career. Okay. Right. His free throw percentage shoots 71%. So now we're talking about
that's pretty good.
So we're talking about in the you can't foul him.
Modern day big.
Modern day big. You can't foul him, right? You don't want to send him to the free throw line. There's no Adebayo, right? I'm just being honest. There's no Adebayo.
What's crazy is he shoots 71%. I promise you, that's probably the worst on that team. Not slighting Bam. I'm just praising Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably the worst.
And last year he shot his worst from the free throw line, 69%. Because he's shooting 80% this year.
But again, everybody probably shoots 75, or everybody else, especially the starters, probably shoots 75.
Do you want the field goal percentage? What's that?
Efficiency field goal percentage.
So his efficiency field goal percentage for a career is 55.9. Last year was 55.8. The year before that was 57.9, and year before that was 5.
I got you. I'm just listening. If you're a big, you're supposed to be more efficient anyway, because most of your back, come around the rim or put.
So he shot over 50% each season, right? The first 2 seasons he only got 4.9. So 5 shots a game, 6 shots a game. Last year he averaged 11. This year he's getting 11.2. Okay. So now remember, we're talking about you're on a team where you're probably 4th option scoring wise.
No. This is the only reason why I say that. You have to realize most of that roster average 10 and up.
Yeah.
And that's because they utilize different players in different situations.
True. So, but option wise.
No, he's not the 4th. This is what I'm saying.
Give him to me. Give me the option.
Well, I can't. Jimmy Butler is number 1 in point blank period.
Jimmy Dragic.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying.
Tyler.
Wait. This is what I'm. First of all, in a situation where you play team basketball, your point guard should be number 2 in scoring anyway, because he gets to handle the ball. He's going to see more touches than anybody else anyway. More than likely, in team basketball, he's going to see the second most, if not the first most minutes. He probably tied for second, you know what I'm saying? But so Jimmy and Dragic, it makes sense why guaranteed, no matter who you play, they're going to be the first options. I can't say Bam is number 4 because Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero, 3-point specialists, mid-range specialists. Yes, they can drive the lane and get a basket, but it just depends on who you're playing. So Bam not averaging 14 and he's the 4th. There's never been a 4th overall throughout the season, a 4th option that's going to average 14 points. It don't make sense.
But Tyler averaged that too. They both averaged around 14 last year.
That's my point.
Because what is he?
Because against these 7 teams, Bam is going to be our 2nd, maybe our 3rd option. Against these 17 teams, Tyler's gonna be our 2nd, maybe even 3rd option. You see, it balances out.
So you saying depending on who they play is their value on the.
Yes. Listen, Bam was to me their best player last season. And no slight to Jimmy Butler, but again, y'all don't equate the presence of the defender, the one that has to protect the rim. Those are the easiest shots in the NBA.
But look,
I'm not saying Jimmy did that.
No. Right. I'm saying you don't think in the 2000s he could have played. You don't think he would have been.
So that was I was wanting you to finish. I was just.
No, I want you to continue going what you're saying.
So no, in the 2000s, the early 2000s, so 2000, 2010, because I said pre-2010 is what I said.
Pre-2010.
You got Shaq was still in the league. And again, I'm not saying all these guys were in their prime. I'm not saying they played 4 or 5, 10 years, and you know what I'm saying, of a diamond. You got Shaq, Dwight Howard, the Gasol boys, Zach Rudolph, Andrew Bynum. Roy Hibbert was 7'1". Again, he's not putting up 20 and 15 and nothing like that.
But these bigs are way better than what you named.
They're more skilled. There's a difference.
So you don't think they're better?
At the end of the day, bro, early 2000s they was playing inside out. Tim Duncan, LaMarcus Aldridge,
Hall of Famers.
I'm saying they were playing inside out early 2000s.
Yeah.
Who was Bam stopping on the inside at that time? They slowed the game down and played back to the basket. You know how easy it was to shoot over a 6'9" defender at that time? Dirk Nowitzki?
But he can. That's Dirk. You couldn't guard what Dirk can do.
So thank you. You said, but he can jump. Okay, Tim Duncan was so finesse that it didn't. There was never been a man, no matter how tall, no matter how athletic, to guard Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
Same for Shaq. The one he said he hated to play against the most was Yao Ming.
Yeah.
Why? Because Shaq had, other than Sean Bradley, who I could pick up and move. No, Sean Bradley was 17.
I'm talking about him. I'm talking about him. Shaq couldn't shoot over him.
Okay, so then you go, like you say, Dirk Nowitzki, unstoppable shot because he's fading back. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had, at that time, a touch on the basketball or a move that you just couldn't do nothing with. Bam Adebayo at 6'9", he could guard multiple positions. Bam Adebayo not even getting that much playtime in the early 2000s. I'm saying, you got to convince me. This is what
it's hard to convince you with limited of. I've seen him, right?
We've both seen him.
No, I seen him before he got here
in college.
Right. So I know he can do.
But here's the thing. I mean, how many times in college do you get to the NBA and you look better, or you get to the NBA and you look worse? How many players in college looked exactly the same in college as they did in the NBA?
You go to Kentucky, man. You come in, you roll. AD, D-Book. I could go on for days.
So AD don't look better now than he did at Kentucky.
He for sure look better now.
That's what I'm saying. So how many players look? So you saying that you seen him before? You knew his potential.
All of them look better now than they did because their game was limited there, right? Their game was put in the box because it was for the team, right? So which makes them a better player in the NBA.
That's my point.
But this is my thing with Bam. You talking about he can handle the ball? He really can handle the ball, and you gonna see that.
So. He's referring to
like AD can. Everything AD can do, Bam can do. The only difference is 86-11.
So AD can average 28 and probably about 13.
Bam could.
I mean, Bam. Yeah,
you said Bam could.
Bam could do that
on the team if he was asked to do that. He could.
So Bam could be the best player because the Pelicans made one season they made the playoffs where AD was the best player. So you tell me Bam could be the best player on the roster. You know what I'm saying? Like lead them in scoring and rebounds and make the playoffs.
I believe
it. See, you see what I'm saying? Listen. You say you believe, I say I disbelieve. I need something definitive. If we gonna sit up here and say I think
we have to play the highlights in the background.
The highlights for what?
You
know what? Bam Adebayo, I give you this for what you just said. So I referred to just Josh Smith earlier. On the offensive end, it's not even a question. Yeah, he's better than, and I'm talking about scoring. He's better than Bam Adebayo. Josh Smith brought the ball up the court at a point in time. Josh Smith was coming off the bench and was the leading scorer for teams at a point in time. So that's not Bam. First of all, Bam is a starter in today's league. Bam would not have been a starter in 2010s back. I don't care how far you go back. He would not have been a starter. Convince me.
How do I convince you about a man being a starter?
I'm sorry. How
do I try to convince somebody on a man being a starter? I'm giving you the numbers, and you telling me about.
So if that's the case, Rudy Gobert would have been a starter in the 90s.
Yeah, because he's big,
and he would have been an all-star.
I don't know about that because he don't got no. Everybody in the 90s had game.
So what I'm
everybody in the 90s had game. Bam got game, and you're not giving it to him. Bam can hit the mid-range.
Matter of fact, let's do this. I'll do you one better. Is he starting over Shaq? When D-Wade won the championship, is he starting? Just answer that question.
No.
Okay. I do not know between Shaq and Ronnie Turioff when LeBron James went to go play for the Heat. I don't know who the big was. But I can promise you one thing, bro. They would not have started a 6'9" center over that individual. Julius Ilgauskas went over there for half a season. That was when LeBron first got there. They would have started Bam over him because they let go of him and started running Turioff. Again, that's 2010.
We talking about a man who's still not 20. He probably 22.
No.
He hasn't grown.
You talking about progression? You talking about progression? I won't argue progression. I have no clue what that man will become. I can fathom what he become. I have no clue what he become.
He could have played in the 2000s. He could have played in the 90s. In the 90s, you had to have game. In the 90s, you really cause see again what we fail to realize about the big man game, right? Isn't the bigs are.
Go ahead.
The bigs are a lot. He gonna say skilled. That mean they're better now, right? They can do more.
They are,
right? Dwight Howard was. The
NBA is better now. The NBA is more skilled. No, the NBA is more skilled.
Yeah, because the 2000s was the worst basketball.
No, I don't. Stop, bro. Continue your point. That's a whole.
No, bro. Come on, bro. Think about. Bro. Think about drafts, bro. Think about drafts, bro. Just keep it real. Think about drafts, bro.
You don't want to do drafts.
Yes, I do. Think about drafts.
Okay, so finish your point, please.
Bro, take away the 04, take away the 03 draft when LeBron came.
How did you just say?
I got no. Take away that draft. Look at the rest of the draft. It's like,
No, wait. You're saying for players to come in at that time or players to play at that time?
Come in.
I still can't. Listen, the 70s.
The 70s had ball players. The 80s had ball players.
70s had ball players for players to come in before the 70s.
Man, the
80s had ball players.
2000s, when Kobe was running this ish, he was beating teams like the Nets.
But I'm saying like that's because
you remember when he was beating the Nets? They had a bright skinned dude who was 11. They had no big. It was not no bigs then. Come on.
This is what I was going to say. Bam Adebayo, with the way he plays now, he's not playing that in the 2000s, early 2000s. There's no way possible. You had too many point guards that was LeBron James was the only man taller than 6'6", bringing the ball up the court.
6'4".
No, taller than 6'6".
I say 6'4" because you was 6'6".
Who was 6'4" bringing? Who was 6'4", 6'5" bringing the ball up the court?
I'm just saying you wasn't big.
Rodney Stuckey, I apologize.
And did something like that.
No, Rodney Stuckey,
right.
I apologize. So, but I'm just saying we didn't see that. So even when you pass half court, for somebody to set up an offense, for somebody to have the ball longer than 2.2 seconds, we didn't see that. Bam Adebayo is not getting utilized for his skill set then because it did not call for it. They didn't want to see that then.
So you put, I say
look at how Steph Curry transitioned.
I say he like Dennis Rodman, but with game.
I'll take that because he is a
or
massive.
Draymond.
No, I'll take the stop. Dennis Rodman better. I'm saying better comparison. I'll take the Dennis Rodman, but with game because he can lead your team, he can lead your team in rebounds. He could potentially lead yesteryear's league in rebounds because of the way he plays now, sporadic. But I'm sorry, he's a better scorer than Dennis Rodman. He's a better ball handler than Dennis Rodman. But this is what I'm saying. So with Charles Barkley, he's first ballot Hall of Famer, 50 greatest players of all time, an MVP in the league, was the leading scorer on the Dream Team. Would Charles Barkley be a starter in today's league?
Bro, I still feel the same. I feel like yes. I can't backtrack that.
So here's my question. Who's slowing down the game? So my argument is, going back to yesteryear, nobody's playing Bam Adebayo because that's not the way the game was played.
True.
I just named a couple. I didn't name even the entire league for 7-footers. I just named a couple 7-footers. Most of them were in the West at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Probably forgot Andrew Bogut or something.
Listen, so who's slowing down the game for Charles Barkley to average 25 points a game?
But he's one. Look, some people just get a bucket. He's a bucket getter.
You know how many? Just what we just talking about. Skilled players. You know how many of those there are in today's league? So that's just like saying Bam Adebayo, he's just a rebounder. In yesterday's league, he's just a rebounder. You know how many rebounders it was back then?
He's more than a rebounder.
Listen to what I'm saying. He's more than a rebounder, but who's going to change the way the game is played for Bam Adebayo at that time? It's not a team.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley in today's league, in his prime, the best Charles Barkley, I don't know if he felt it was last year, his first year, or anywhere in between, his MVP year. Who's slowing down the game for him to get even 20 points, 15 points in today's league? Why
does the game have to slow down for a player like Charles Barkley?
The game.
Who says it can't be? Who says he can't?
So Charles Barkley plays fast paced to get his buckets?
Yeah, I mean he had to run the court. Charles Barkley, as fat as he is now, back in the gap when he was at 6'6", he still ran the court.
So now the game is about shooting threes and transition basketball. It's always been about transition, but it's more now than ever been about transition basketball and shooting threes.
Transition ain't gonna change.
No, it has transitioned. I ain't gonna say it changed. It's transition.
Yeah.
Who's slowing the game down for Charles Barkley? Who's going to pick up Bam Adebayo and say, hey, we're going to give him 6-man minutes, which is damn near starters minutes. 6-man minutes are, I say, somewhere between 28 and 34. 28 and 34 minutes a game, 6-man minutes. 33, 34 minutes a game are starters minutes.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
35 max, you play 40, we know what you do.
Who's bringing in Bam to say,
I can't pick you a team. I can't pick you a team to say, hey, Bam, you telling me, there was a point where after Shaq left, D-Wade teams were ass. Bam can play over and made them better.
We couldn't name a single big man. One of the power forwards was with the Braves.
Joel Anthony?
No.
You should run the tour out.
Stop. I'm talking about.
Oh, UD.
Haslam. Thank you. Udonis Haslam.
So you tell me Bam could have played over UD?
Talking about.
I'm a fault.
Power forward. Bam plays center. Bam could have been in the league with ease at that time. Bam ain't stopping nobody. Bam is a defensive force in today's NBA. He can go 1 through 5 on most teams.
Joel Embiid better than Dwight Howard.
Huh?
Joel Embiid better than Dwight Howard.
You said Joel Embiid
better than Dwight Howard.
We're talking about a first ballot Hall of Fame. We're talking about a rebounding
He's not a
leader.
first ballot Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Fame. He's not a first ballot.
Okay, so go look up his All-Star games. Ain't Dwight Howard the MVP?
Yeah, he won.
All-Star games, he MVP, rebounding champion for multiple years. 22 and when he was in his prime, went to the finals. Got swept, went to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Led a team to the finals. Like if Udonis, you said Joel Embiid. I'm sorry. If Joel Embiid is better than Dwight Howard, he's gonna have to show it.
Don't say
No. I'm sorry. If Joel Embiid is better than Dwight Howard, he's gonna have to show it. He got a long time.
Look, and you know what?
Dwight Howard made the All-Decade team, by the way.
They got that's
two.
What you just said.
Two All-Decade teams.
What you just said is true. They have to show it through time. So look, in the 90s.
Better round it out.
In the 90s, this is the list that I gave. They gave me 2,000 centers. So I got Tim Duncan, I got Dwight Howard, I got Shaq, I got David Robinson, I got Dikembe Mutombo, which shouldn't count because he was more in the 90s, right? He started in 92. Yao Ming, Alonzo Mourning, he was also on his way out.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Wallace, you can't tell me Bam not better than Ben Wallace.
Overall, yes, no question.
They say Vlade Divac, but again, I feel like that's on his way out because he played with the Lakers in the early 90s, right? Amari Stoudemire. Amari Stoudemire was our world, but I feel like
that boy was a dog. No, you don't feel like nothing. That boy was a dog.
Marcus Camby, but again, he came in like 96.
Marcus Camby was more known for defense.
Tyson Chandler didn't get good until he didn't.
Wait, you was about to say he didn't get good until they won a championship. I disagree. Keep going.
No. I'm not gonna say until they won a championship, but remember, he was with the Bulls at first, right? Like
Bulls, Hornets, Mavericks.
And who he play with now?
I think he went to the Knicks right after that. He left and won the Defensive Player of the Year.
So he left the Mavs, went to the Knicks.
And won the Defensive Player of the Year. If I'm not mistaken, it was the Knicks. But
Brad Miller, Chris Kaman.
No, stop. You can end the list. You named
Big Z.
Okay, all right. But he was 7'3". Yeah, I mean, you didn't say him yet.
I said yeah. I said after Dikembe.
So like I say, bro, first of all, he's not coming in guarding any of them.
Who?
I'm not saying he can't guard any of them. They're not putting him in the game to guard any of them. Kevin Love, early 2000s.
He was a 4.
Kevin Garnett, we have not named him. No, I'm saying,
4.
But I'm saying, we're talking about guys, yes, we said the center position because he plays the center. Realistically, back then, he would have played the power forward position. And Bam Adebayo would have.
Possibly.
You know what I'm saying? So he would have had to guard the guys that we named, plus others that we haven't because they played the power forward position. Dirk Nowitzki. I said to him earlier, like, he's not.
Chris Webber.
All right, you ready? You done?
I stand on that. Bam go. So if Brad Miller was the top 10 center in the 2000s.
Wait, that says that, not us.
NBA.com.
That says that, not us.
NBA.com.
Wait, talking about before we
Since
end?
1990, only 3 undrafted players have made at least one All-Star game. John Starks, Ben Wallace, and
John
Miller.
Starks,
Ben Wallace, and Brad Miller.
That does not say he's top 10.
His best years came in Sacramento, where he averaged 13.3 points, 8.6 rebounds across 5.5 seasons. He scored a career high 38 and 17 rebounds and 25 against the Warriors.
He didn't even average a double-double.
I'm telling you what the NBA.com said. Ranking top 10 best centers of the 2000s. Bam could play over him.
That's where boys get their logic. They start reading articles from somebody else. That's
NBA. This is NBA.com.
Somebody wrote that article though. I'm saying
Marcus Camby.
Defensive center.
Well, yeah,
Kurt Thomas, defensive center. Like,
he's not gonna make that list. Come on now, stop saying. Just stop trying to knock my board.
I'm trying to think.
Big Z.
Nene and Birdman was centers at that time.
Big Z, you telling me he couldn't play though? Big Z.
Bro, you saying no? He would not start at the center position. He would not have started over as Zadrunas Ilgauskas. No, he would not have. Zadrunas was 7'3". Like, what are we doing? At a time when you needed height? Nah. I appreciate y'all for tuning in for another episode of Point
What about Ben Wallace? He was same size.
They could have played together. They would have shared minutes, if we be honest. No, they wouldn't have. No, they wouldn't have.
He had 18 and 22.
Ben Wallace was only a rim protector.
Nah, he had 18 and 22 against the Lakers.
I got you.
That game.
But I'm saying, Ben Wallace was only a rim protector, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's another team that played basketball together, so everybody got looks, everybody got their stats type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but 6'8", Ben Wallace was heavy, strong as an ox. 6'9", Bam Adebayo, not heavy, decently strong. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing it.
All right, Bam, show up for him. Because he didn't think y'all had a chance to get to the finals last year. Make him eat them words again.
That is a fact. That is another episode. That is a previous episode. You got there. I just gave you credit for potentially being the best player on y'all's roster last season. Card gadgets in the link below. Stigs, promo code Stigs, STIGGS for 20% off your purchase.
I'm not drunk. Bama still your son. Chris was scared to show up today. Rod, I ain't
Facts.
seen you in forever.
Facts.
Because Lamar Jackson trash. Savion, you don't want to sit in front of me. Everett, you don't want to come sit in front of me. Shot Creator, you for sure don't want to come sit in front of me. This is my spot.
Eric?
I know Eric. Shot Creator.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Shot Creator.
bad.
Yeah, I had to go with the Instagram name.
Joy.
They don't want to come sit here.
Joy.
I ain't even gonna speak on her. She know what happened.
Joy
She don't want to come see.
Joy called the playoffs all through last season.
What she called?
She called the playoff bracket all through. Nope, I take that back. She had the Clippers beating the Nuggets. That's the only reason why she was wrong. Are you drunk yet?